Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, love and light. I wanted to say thank you to all the energy that's responding in a positive, uplifting, forward, loving motion and not reacting as the dense, low energy that small group of individuals will say, right? That, seems to pop up in everybody's way at one point or another on their journey through life. Thank you for responding. Thank you for holding empathy and compassion and understanding that all life, whether it be the animal kingdom or the human population or even the insects, because they're actually very important, right? We all have a positive, loving role to play. But unfortunately, there's some energy that doesn't want to allow others the ability to freely live and freely love and freely evolve into the highest version of them. These energies, they come from different corners and, around different bends and pop out at you every once in a while. Some are tests, some are quizzes, some are just relentless, and some are energies that may be negatively embracing 3D people in order to achieve their goal, which is suppression, limitation, submission, if you will, in any way, shape, or form. And these are very broad words, and you can use them in a multitude of contexts. And what I see these days is that there's a large group of people, positive, loving energy, banding together through interconnectivity on an earthly 3D level, not just a spiritual, highly evolved level, but are responding to the injustices that negativity seems to be whirling our way. And that's to throw us off track. That's to get us maybe put in a fear-based or a negative type of mannerism that would keep us shielded away from doing what we know is the right thing to do because we're afraid. Plain and simple. But what I know is that these energies, these negative energies that are embracing negatively the 3D people that are trying to infiltrate, the higher understanding, the more loving and light-filled population of people experiencing humanity, fulfilling their contract, learning within the school of life on planet Earth, the hardest planet in the world, right? Not the world, in the universe. Well, everywhere. They say that Earth is a very difficult planet in order to migrate through. And that's because there's free will, and that's because there's, we forget when we came here what it is that we wanted to accomplish, and we have to relearn and remember and resonate with, and, the list goes on. But when we remember that we're still experiencing, whatever form of enlightenment in a 3D body, then that gives us more of an ability to, be known, be seen, make positive change for all the other energies that are here right now, positive and pure, right? Or still learning who they are, and all the energy that's yet to incarnate here. So when we're looking toward the future and we're responding and we're bonding together. We're making a change, although sometimes it doesn't feel that way. But what I am asking is that now that we've stood up and we've taken courageous, brave moves in order to right the wrongs of whatever injustice may be infiltrating our space, right? And our space is a loving, heart-filled space. And when we see things go down in a lower type of vibration with other energy around us, being more pivotally, having more of a pivoted mindset allows us to be able to stand temporarily in their shoes, to understand the plight that they may be going through, so that we know how to proceed in order to uplift and benefit not just that energy in distress, but also enlighten us and give us more of an ability to use the tools that we've gained over the experiences that we've walked through ourselves, right? Past endeavors, whether they were achieved or not achieved, if they worked out well, if they didn't, if we learned new ways, enhanced techniques, whatever that storyline may be, because every one of us has a different storyline. Some could be similar, but inevitably they're all different on some aspect or another, because your personal flair, your light essence is embedded in your contract. And when you go backwards and you figure out who you are and why you came here, and you see the injustices that are around you, and you stand up and do something about it, and you band together with other like-minded individuals, you've just become an army. And when you look at the numbers, now I can understand that, you know, everybody, this army, can't all like band together and live in one space and protect each other, you know, in that type of mannerism. But there could be other ways to devise, you know, using your neighborhood, using the other like-minded individuals in order to take different protection roles, surveillance roles, you know, lookout roles, if you will. Because when you have the ability to see it coming, then you have more of an ability to be able to use your mindset, to use clarity, wisdom, and knowledge in order to, you know, remove you or lift you or provide to you, you know, solutions that will work out for everyone, everywhere. And when everybody does this, when all the communities of like-minded individuals that want to or find their role in breaking down the injustices and showing them for what they are, inhumane, we'll say, not a humanity-based level of energy. More like a subserving or a forceful or a my way or the highway type of low, dense, controlling energy. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, and I'm not really sure why, except maybe it was just brute force, possibly. I mean, this has been a battle that we've been, as humans, going through forever, it seems like. But at one point, we didn't live this way. We started out in a whole different way. We started out with love and light and interconnectivity and compassion and empathy, you know? And then for whatever reason, some energies They got lost and wanted more control, wanted more domination. And unfortunately, over the eons, that went from perceived fallen gods, if you will, right? I don't care what you want to label them to be, right? And then they manifested or took over maybe the bodies of those individuals whose spirits weren't as light and bright, and made a home. If you go backwards and you look through time, there's a whole lot of family names attached to that energy. And those family names, it seems like they're the smallest group within the United States that seems to have all the control, or at least so they perceive. So when we realize that we have power and that we as individuals are pieces or parts of an entire army of love and light, then we'll realize as a community, as an entirety, that we have more power and that we have the ability through consistent compassion and courageous responses will right the wrongs. It's just a matter of when. So now I'm going to ask that everybody everywhere, as long as you're in a safe position, because I don't want anybody to be hurt at all. Not at all. Right? There's no reason for pain. There's no reason for anyone to be hurt on any level, on any place, field, whatever. To reach out to each other within your community and band together and let the energies of hope and faith and love and interconnectivity embrace the 3D earth, and positivity, love, and light prevail. And that happens when we join together and we create the army that takes the hammer, the heavy hammer of injustice, and breaks it apart. We don't need that hammer. We've never needed a hammer, ever. Yeah, and some people may say, well, there's bad. Well, yeah, but you know what, though? We don't need to bring that into the future. We don't need to encourage those cycles to continue, or worse. Let's look toward, even if it's not what you see around you right now, that you want to provide justice for because of whatever, low dense space you may be in. But what about for all of your legacy that's to follow? Don't you want them to live the life that we started living way back in the beginning of time, where we all helped each other? We lived from the earth, off the earth, where we didn't do things that, jeopardized another energy, but we respected and valued life in its entirety for all the positive, loving aspects that definitely being high vibrational will provide, has provided. Remember Remember, call me. Let me know that you remember. I can't wait. Wherever you may be, I am encouraging you, thanking you, grateful for you, and sending love and light to you. Lots of hugs, smiles, and the joy of living life the way life was supposed to be lived. Blessed be.